Hi guys, Sam from VanTrax here. Today I'm going to be running you through TRX003, our latest adventure conversion van. Some absolutely amazing features and spec on this vehicle, so come on, let's take a look. For wheel and tyre package on this van, we've opted for the 17-inch SuperMetal Rig wheels, wrapped in Michelin CrossClimate tyres. Now, these are a load rated tyre, and under our testing and using them on our own personal vans, this is sort of the tyre that we found performs best sort of on a mix of good road driving without compromise, as well as, you know, decent for going across grassy fields, sort of medium fire track terrain. Continuing down the side of the van, we have installed Raptor-painted sidebars, as well as we have stone chipped the lower sill area of the vehicle, just for even just general road driving. You get stone chips flying up, just protects you from that, not going to get any of those issues. As we move round to the rear of the vehicle, to add a little bit of light inside, as well as give the van a bit of a more sort of aggressive look, we've actually fitted rear tailgate glass. Just the black offsets against the white. If you leave the white panel, looks a little bit funky in stock, so that is something we do usually on all of our conversions. For graphics on TRX003, we've kept it small and subtle. As with on TRX002 and also TRX001, we've used 3M's Matrix Black vinyl, which has like a really small textured hex pattern in it, sort of matches the interior of the vehicles with the birch hex we use. And as I say, we've kept it small and subtle on this vehicle, so it's unintrusive, but just adds a little bit of something. For windows on TRX003, obviously I've already mentioned the rears, but on the side we've gone for a sliding window on the side, and the rear window is actually false. We've just added the black glass so that it gives the perception and sleek look. Moving on to one of the party piece exterior features of TRX003, we have our brand new TRAXRACK Pro roof rack system. Now, this features integrated LAP electrical Strolux light bar in the front, as well as 2 in the rear, which are great for using for reverse cameras or loading stuff in and out the rear of the vehicle. Now, this roof rack is super lightweight still, like our TRAXRACK Lite, so 6mm aluminium side profiles, 40mm aluminium extrusion crossbars, which can be slid to any position for mounting solar panels or whatever you may like to put on the roof rack. Now, these also have T-Track built into them, so as I mentioned, you know, if you want to install solar panels, a decking, cargo trays, then it really couldn't be easier. Just slide some nuts into the T-Track rail and fix in whatever you need to. Another feature that we've introduced on the TRAXRACK Pro roof rack system is the built-in aluminium rear roller. Makes it really handy for loading long items, kayaks, that kind of thing up onto the roof of the vehicle. Now, from the side of the vehicle, you wouldn't even know it's got one, because we've added a slant on the rear of the side profile so that it keeps it nice and tucked away. As well, another thing that we've really focused on with the TRAXRACK Pro is ultimately low wind noise. Can't stand going along the motorway dual carriageway 70 miles an hour and you can hear whistling. Obviously, you're going to get a little bit of wind noise, but compared to other systems that we've tested, it really is a low noise option. Moving on to the interior of the vehicle. This is where you're going to be spending your time chilling out. When the weather's bad and raining, you need a comfortable place to stay. So let's take you through the living space. Now, we all know it's nice to have some creature comforts while on your long road trips and journeys. So this van has been spec'd with heated seats as well as air conditioning. It is also the 6-speed automatic, so nice for cruising through towns, cities and on the motorways, stress-free. You don't have to worry about clutching in and out all the time. Something on VanTrax that we're also really big on is great sounding audio. So in TRX003, we have opted for an Audison SR 5.600 amplifier with Alpine component speaker front ends consisting of a 6.5-inch mid-bass driver in the doors and a 1-inch silk dome tweeter in the pillars. Taking over for bass duties, we have gone for the Hertz Melee Pro S2 300 subwoofer in the rear, so 10-inch subwoofer, 600 watts RMS. It's more of a SQ subwoofer, so aimed at high quality rather than maximum output. And that is in a sealed custom enclosure that we have built into the rear of the vehicle. To make the vehicle feel like a more premium and comfortable place to be, we have retrimmed the headliner, the A pillars, the B pillars, as well as dash inserts and around the gear lever in a black Alcantara finish. Nice soft look, absorbs some light, just gives a much more premium and warm, comfortable feel to the vehicle. If you've ever dreamed about being a pilot, then TRX003 is perfect for you. For controlling the light bars on the roof rack, as well as your audio amplifier and subwoofer dial, we have created a pilot style switch panel up in the old sunglasses sort of holder. So we've got a switch here which turns front light bar on, off, or in an auto position. In the auto position it will work alongside your full beams. This switch here is for your rear light bar on and off. We've got a dial here to control the Hertz sub in the rear. Obviously between songs, every song's a little bit different. You may not want the same sub level, so that allows you to tailor that to your liking. Moving along, we have got a 6.5mm quarter inch stereo jack input. Great for plugging in some decks, plugging in a guitar, or if you put an adapter in it, you can plug in your phone to listen to music while stationary. The switch on the far left is just for turning your audio amplifier on or off. For great sounding audio, installation techniques are absolutely paramount. So the door cards and the inside of the doors have been heavily sound deadened using Dodo mat. We have used a sort of thinner sound deadening material on the doors themselves, and where necessary to stop any rattling on the door cards, we have used a thicker sort of eggshell style, still again Dodo mat product, acoustic foam. Off-grid power is absolutely an essential feature in any true adventure van. In TRX003, we have outfitted it with the EcoFlow Delta Pro. Now this unit has 3.6 kilowatt hours of capacity, 4 240 volt sockets on the front, as well as a 12 volt port which allows for up to 30 amps of 12 volt power, which is powering our lighting, as well as things like the fridge in the vehicle. To charge the EcoFlow, we have got two 100 watt EcoFlow solar panels mounted on the TRAXRACK Pro. We have also fitted this vehicle with the EcoFlow alternator charger. Now, while you're driving, this allows the EcoFlow to charge to up to 80 amps, 800 watts. And if you're at a campsite or at home and you want to plug in, then we've also fitted the van with a Shore power port on the driver's side of the vehicle. In addition to the two spare 240 volt sockets on the front of the EcoFlow, there are also 3 hardwired plugs throughout the vehicle. One here for your kitchen or for plugging anything you need to, sort of in the front of the vehicle. In the garage there are also 2 for charging e-bikes, again, or just for plugging in whatever you need to at the rear of the vehicle. And obviously if you need to charge something down here, on the front of the EcoFlow there are 2 remaining 240 volt ports. If you need to charge devices, phones, laptops, anything sort of small, then there are actually built-in USB ports on the front of the EcoFlow unit itself as well. When it comes to serviceability, TRX is designed to be easy to diagnose and easy to fix. To access all your electricals, simply remove this hatch. In here live 3 RCDs. All the hardwired sockets throughout the vehicle are wired on RCDs, so that if anything, if you get any moisture or any short circuits, these will fail before anything in the EcoFlow does. Also is going to keep you protected. In here also lives your EcoFlow alternator charger, so if you need to reset that or adjust any settings, that can be done down in there too. In the bottom of this trench also lives your heater ducting, so if you need to access the joints for that, or any of the heater ducting for any reason, then that is also possible through there too. If you're anything like myself, then when you're going on adventures, you're a massive overpacker. So to account for that, what we've done is in the sofa, there is 140 litres of integrated storage. Lift out these hatches, you've got this whole space through here is completely clear to store whatever you need. Now, there is also a 200 litre above cab storage section, so big enough for bedding, a month's worth of clothes, anything you can fit in there really. Now, there is also elastic bungee cords which simply just lift off for access, but keep everything firmly in place when you're on the road. There's also many hidden storage areas in TRX003. So down the sides of the bed, there are, at this sort of level, hidden storage cubbies. Now on the passenger side, one of those is actually a access for the top of the water tank and service channel. However, at the rear, at the passenger side, there's a secret stash cubby as well. This whole length down the side of this bed, again, is one of those secret stash storage cubbies. You need to put laptops or valuables in the vehicle when you're going away. If anything were to happen, say the van were to get broken into, heaven forbid, then ultimately it's just not a space that someone's going to think to look or find. For storage of small items, say books, devices, coffee, pots, mugs, in our upper birch panels, we've got these secret little stash bags. Thinking along the lines of safety, in the front one we have also included a fire extinguisher, as well as at the rear of the vehicle in the cubbies there is a fully kitted first aid kit. For control of all the 12-volt electrical systems in the vehicle, we have done this bespoke switch panel. Now up here we have got a control unit for our Autotherm underslung diesel heater. Now this is a 2000 watt diesel heater with a vent that blows out into your living space from under the sofa, as well as a vent that blows out into the garage for drying bikes or any wet kit. The first switch on here is a switch for your water pump. Next we have got a 12-volt switch for the various 12-volt sockets around the vehicle. So for like cigarette lighter style sockets, so one for the fridge freezer and a spare one for plugging in any devices you may need to. Now we have also got our lighting control from here. So we've got our front section of the roof, rear section of the roof lighting, as well as the side ambient lightings from under the side pods here. Now this is in a bespoke hexa panel with various nerdy little details, such as the on and off markers are actually like circuit diagram markers, just a little bit of a small Easter egg. When it's time to refuel after a long day of activities, we have installed a slide out kitchen unit. Now this unit features a 1000 watt Sterling power induction hob, as well as plenty of space inside for storing pots, pans, a kettle and all your cookware needs. On the front of the kitchen is also a space for a table extension, which has a removable section for dropping in a sink for doing your washing up. For keeping things fresh and frozen, we have chosen to use a removable style fridge freezer. This is ideal if you want to go down to the beach, take some food, take some drinks with you. You can actually get a battery for this unit, so it will always be charged in the vehicle, ready to take with you. Now this has two sections that are independently temperature controlled. It also has a charging port on the rear for if you're taking it with you and need to charge devices. When it's time to catch some kip, simply slide out your hidden bed system. Now, this is a bit of a smart feature of the vehicle. It tucks away so that you retain living space. It also lifts up. Now, under here is storage for cutlery, bowls, plates, as well as the table extension for the kitchen. It also features sort of a ratchet locking system. So if you want to use it as a sofa, maybe lie out the back looking at the view, you can put your pillows against it and use it as such. There are multiple adjustments for that, so that you can adjust for the angle or put it fully flat, lift out your bed pillows, and you have a bed that is now longer and wider than a standard double bed. For our freshwater system in TRX003, we have installed a 25 litre over the wheel arch water tank. Now this sort of is hidden away in the bed support system or the side pod of the vehicle. For pumping the water, we have installed a SuperMetal water pump. There are water access points in the living space of the vehicle by the kitchen, as well as in the garage. When it comes to refill the tank, simply couldn't be easier. Go to the rear of the vehicle and there is a hose connector. Plug in a hose pipe, fill it up, and there is a stop valve that will automatically stop the tank from filling or overfilling once it has reached the maximum level. Nice. To maximise space in TRX003, we have obviously not installed a built-in shower system. We just simply take up too much space for a mid-sized van. So to combat this, if you want to take a rear door shower, as I mentioned before, there's a shower hookup point in the rear of the vehicle. Simply magnet your shower head to the rear door and away you go. To add to the plush feel of the interior of the vehicle, we have had the centre panel of the front seats restitched in an anthracite grey with a V-stitching pattern. For bike storage, TRX003 is outfitted with our standard size Sled Pro bike storage system. These feature heavy duty drawer runners with double locking mechanism. Comes out full extension for easy loading of bikes, also locks at halfway and at full in to keep your bike secure. In this van, we have utilised our rear axle stands, as you do need to take both wheels out the bike in this vehicle, but that's a worthy sacrifice so that you're not losing a foot or so of living space. At the front, we've utilised our sliding carriage kit, as well as bike stows tilting fork mounts to keep your bike secure. The bed support in the garage also features a sorted slot wall panel, so this is great for carrying accessories such as our sorted clean caddy, which I often use for keeping bike cleaning products, loo roll, blue roll, so that whatever mess you get yourself into, you can sort it out. The garage also features a garage access hatch. Now, this is perfect for loading long items through the length of the vehicle, or for being able to reach through and access things in the garage from the comfort of your living space. Cheers for checking out TRX003. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel to see our latest van builds and adventures that we get up to. Also make sure you're following our socials, as we post more regular updates on there. Cheers guys, I'm off on an adventure.